Hmm. Um. Okay. What's up, guys? And welcome to another YuGiOh Duel video. So now we have a new event featuring Zone, or as the Japanese dub, he's known as called C1. So let's check out what is the update for this entire event as well, and click onto the event page real quick. So it's actually a raid boss duel kind of event. So let's check out what this entire thing is. Event flow: collect mass, defeat the raid boss duel, and also you are exclusive. Okay, Sandalphon the Time Lord cannot be special summoned from the deck. You can only control a Sandalphon, one copy only. If your opponent if your opponent controls a monster, you can normal summon this card without tribute. Cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Neither player takes battle damage from attacks involving this card. At the end of the battle phase, if this card battle inflict 1000 damage to your opponent. Once per turn during your standby phase, shuffle this card into the deck. Hmm, that's actually pretty decent effect overall. 1000 burn damage, not to mention 4k attack, and if you keep it on the field and not attack, it's a 4k wall. That's pretty decent. Aside from that, let's check out the event exclusive reward. So you can complete the conditions and unlock Zone as a playable character after the 26th of March, which is essentially tomorrow. And he can use a Time Lord deck. So the cards you can defeat, you can obtain by defeating this raid boss is Sandalphon the Time Lord, as well as Michion the Time Lord as well. Level 10 Fairy type monster, can special summon from deck. You control no monsters, you can normal summon this card without tributing. Cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. You can take no battle damage from attacks involving this card. At the end of battle phase, discard battle have half your opponent's life points. Once returned during your standby phase, shuffle this card into the deck. Okay, that's a pretty cool effect as well. And aside from that, we have cards such as Victoria, Advanced Draw, Diane Keto, the Cure Master, and Layard the Liberator. And aside from that, you will also stand a chance to obtain these special 5Ds pack depending how much damage do against Zone as well. So the list will be updated after we checked out the event page real quick. So now let's go to 5D's world and essentially check out how this raid boss duel is gonna persevere. So what we gotta do is actually collect the mask, the event keys especially, that's what they're supposed to be called, and go into the main page just like that to duel against Zone. Okay. Alright, the raid boss duel and also level 100 rank damage also applicable right there. And depending on how much damage you deal against his opponent, you'll also stand a chance to have a higher chance to obtain a better card pack, I guess you can say that. But as someone who has played these raid boss duel kind of events for quite a long time, I do feel that Duel really needs to update this card pack as well, because as you can see I pretty much have more than 3 copies of basically everything already. But I do digress because there's gotta be something else that's better coming up sooner or later. And there's also a cumulative reward system that you can do once you deal a certain amount of points of damage to Zone. And as you can see, you have a large amount array of rewards as well as what you can have. And as well as the fact that some of these cards are actually quite useful, like for Advanced Draw. I use it for Gimmick Puppet deck since it allows me to tribute and then allow me to draw 2 bonus cards. That's actually pretty good. So without further ado, let's check out the event and see what Zone is all about. So here's a little backstory on Zone as well. But if you are interested in knowing what Zone's backstory is in the anime, etc., you can check out TG Anime's character profile on him. It's a pretty good insight as well if you want to know more about these characters. So aside from Zone, he does a lot of other things as well. Aside from along with dueling, character profiles and deck and different archetype analysis. So he's one of the few YouTubers that I actually enjoy watching, especially when I'm still interested in trying out different other decks or trying to know the backstories of certain characters. So as per usual, if you're going to go for a raid boss duel, especially in the 5D's universe, It's always better to use an Archetype, especially for the Shooting Star kind of playstyle, because that deals much more damage as well. So without further ado, let's begin the duel as we can see right now. And looks like it's loading pretty slowly, but that's fine. Holy crap, what is that? I gotta say they gotta work on that animation because Zone looks like he actually. Oh, okay.
Each card has power.
Tell me that isn't creepy without telling me that
Everyone is
isn't creepy.
depending on
You.
Okay.
There is no from my.
Alright, different dimension capsule. That's cute.
It's
Uh-huh.
go time.
It's
My
your
I draw. Okay. I activate my monster's effect.
Increase freeze, and now we commence attack. So we didn't get into jump synchron, so we're just gonna play this in a slow rate. But either way, once you get your Shooting Star Dragon on that turn, you are pretty much set for the entire thing. Okay, that's pretty decent as well. Let's do this.
Here's the tutor monster. Quick thrust comes Quillbolt Hedgehog. The anger rages into an unquenchable roar. When I have a tuner, I can bring back home Quillbolt Hedgehog. Ride the wind and rain with your sacred Stardust. Stardust Charge Warrior's effect activates.
Okay, that would have been better as a jump synchron, but I'm not gonna complain. So if you're gonna do extra damage, you'll be dueling 3 times battle damage based on synchro monsters. So this is gonna be actually quite easy, but if you use Shooting Star Dragon or Stardust Dragon, those monsters will do much more damage, as you know. Okay,
It's my turn.
Guiding Light,
I draw.
normal summon,
I summon a monster.
Stardust Dragon, let's go.
The hopes of the world coalesce into a single star. Let's rev it. Take flight. Stardust.
Now we will activate the skill Shooting Star Road.
On duelist.
Let's get Formula Synchron onto the field real quick. Place your top 3 designated cards as tuners on the top of the deck. Go into Shooting Star Dragon this turn. And after that, equip it with double power of Guardians to deal some extra points of battle damage.
Beach. Up here.
And although it's definitely a win round for this time. Anyways, let's just activate, just get that bonus of activating spell cards anyways. So let's go.
From my hand, I activated a Quip spell. From my hand, I activated a Quip spell.
Activate the effect for Shooting Star Dragon, check top 3. Do I need to do that? Not really, but this is actually quite fun to see what the top 5 cards are. Okay, so that's where my junk synchron is. Never mind. Let's go.
I activated a Quip spell.
There it is. If you see the fact that Zone's cracked mask is actually kind of looks like Yusei, he actually copied the face of Yusei in the future as well because he wanted to inspire the people of that time. He's not exactly a clone of Yusei Fudo, but he just copied the face anyway, so that's basically it. So as you can see, it's a pretty straightforward kind of dueling matchup thus far, especially if you're going up against raid bosses, especially in the 5D's world. It's better to have something like Shooting Star Dragon where you can do multiple attacks in one turn, as well as the fact that you have spell cards or trap cards that give you extra support for you to essentially have higher points of battle damage during that time. And also by joining the assist duel, you essentially increase the number of times you duel against Zone. Not to mention by dueling against 4 times, you'll actually get the chance to spawn a turbo duel when your next raid boss actually appears. by joining the by having the Turbo Duel, you'll actually have access to like Stardust Dragon or Shooting Star Dragon on the first turn, if they actually change the skill whatsoever, as well as the fact that you also have the effect of tripling all your monsters' attack points based on the speed counters, if I remember correctly. But that's all I did, as I'm gonna say. This event's pretty straightforward, and yeah, having a new 5D's character is pretty good and all. Not to mention with the wide array of characters we're having thus far. Although we just had Turbo Duel Grand Prix before the Tag Duel tournament, having another 5D's event is fine. I'm actually hoping to have another Link Rings or maybe some of the older YuGiOh GS kind of storyline which they haven't complete yet. But yeah, I think that's about it for this entire event. It's pretty much straightforward and pretty simplified. So if you actually check out the wide row of characters you can see for the entirety of 5D's universe, you can essentially say that the roster is really stacked up, meaning like there's a lot of characters for them to use anyway as well. Now the fact, if you do duel against Zone as well as per usual for every these kind of legendary duelist kind of events or tag duel events, you have your EX duels that you can actually exchange at the card trader EX. So as you can see, you cannot exchange Sandayon, not Sandalphon. I know you said Sandalphon, sorry about this. So Sandayon, it is not exchangeable unless you want to upgrade to a glossy or a prismatic copy. However, Michion on the other hand is available to be obtained via the card trader EX if you have not obtained this card during the entirety of the event timeline. However, I also do want to recommend each and every one of you to stock up on your event boosters because they are actually quite helpful in terms of going up against legendary duelists that appear during events, such as the Quinton events for example. When he appeared during the tag duel, that was actually an important time that you have to use event boosters in a way, especially for result boosters, to give you an extra edge of you obtaining a higher chance of getting the event exclusive card or reward. But anyways, I do digress, so that's basically it. However, it actually works better if it's a multiplier by 3, especially when they appear at the gate for those legendary duelists. But for raid boss duels, this kind of event is kind of straightforward. You just click into the main page just like that, and essentially duel against a character and basically deal as much damage as you can. Do not worry, even if you did not manage to actually defeat him within 5 turns, aka 10 turns if you want to put that lingo, it'll still end in a draw, and then if it was in an assist duel, other players will also stand a chance to participate in that. If they actually won, you'll still get some bonus points, and also in your cumulative reward system stack up as well. Anyways, that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this time, and I'll see you next time when we do match and unlock Zone as a playable character, and check out what are his level up rewards, and especially on creating a Time Lord deck. So anyways, goodbye and stay safe.